I've been waiting for an RPG like Avowed to come out for such a long time. Something that's first person in a fantasy world with its own built-up lore from a dedicated studio that knows how to make RPGs like Obsidian Entertainment, and most importantly, something that isn't afraid to be labeled as quote-unquote basic. Fantasy games recently don't want to be basic. Everything needs to do something, like recapture a distinct art style like the Souls games, or force on a big cohesive open world, or adding in stuff like shotguns and machine guns and mixing art styles to try and force themselves to show exactly what makes their game unique and different right on their box art. I miss the classic sword and sorcery vibes and exploration of it all. The feeling of booting up a game and truly discovering the story and what's special about the game for yourself. Frankly, it just feels like games like that have been so rare recently. Until Obsidian heard my pleas. They put their heads down and went to work for 5 years to create exactly the type of game that I specifically wanted to play. I think that's pretty cool. So what exactly is special about Avowed? What makes it such a big deal for me? Well, I mean, it's got a pretty solid character creator where you can flesh out how you look and determine what your backstory is that affects your conversation as the story progresses. It's set in a pre-established world of Aora from the Pillars of Eternity franchise, so it has a very nice refined way of introducing all of its fantasy world-building concepts to you. The combat is also fantastic. It's energetic, snappy, and very reactive. There's a huge sandbox of weapons to play with, also including a ton of unique variants. There are pistols, arquebuses, and then in the magic side, it's so fun as well. There's wands, and then these grimoires or spell books with set lists of spells in them that you can rank up throughout the game. The exploration is so addictive. Its open zone structure allows them to hide fun, unique loot in every corner of these stunning environments they've created. The game is also surprisingly long. They said it would be as long as the Outer Worlds, which was about 40 hours, like max, right? But this game took me 80 plus hours, and I still had stuff I missed in the last zone. But on the other side of it, I heard that you can beat this game in like 10 hours if you want to, which just highlights the other highlight of the game, which is the missable content. There's so many quests and little story details and things that can alter the course of the story pretty drastically that you can just miss.
Hail, godlike, come, indulge me.
All of that sounds cool, I bet, but how does any of that make the game special, or stand out to me, or inspire me to make this video, right? I truly think the answer to that lies in the writing and overarching narrative. It all complements the other stuff I talked about in a way that makes the game, Avowed, more than the sum of its parts. How this game echoes its main themes through its narrative and the side quests and the dialogue and the world itself and the environmental storytelling, especially as you travel through these distinct zones, is so thought-provoking and can be up for such interpretation in ways that allow you to be an active participant in the narrative as it unfolds. You, as the main character, are allowed to have an opinion on every character you meet. You can have an opinion on what companions you like and which ones you have a problem with or whatever, right? You can have an opinion about Adir and how their methods of expanding and colonizing differ from what the Steel Garrote are trying to do, and that can all go back to your opinion on the god Wodaka herself, and you can have an opinion on the voice that's in your head throughout the game, whether or not it has ill intentions and how it ties into the history of the Living Lands itself and the gods of Aora. Every subject the game shows to you, it then allows a way for you to form an opinion on it in a way that immerses you into the story on an even deeper level as you flesh out your character. Talking about Avowed to me feels like talking about a fantasy novel that was released recently, in some ways more than a video game, and that's honestly the highest praise I can give it. That's exactly how I want to be talking about RPGs, honestly, so thank you, Obsidian, for allowing me to do that, and thank you guys for watching the video so far. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or share the video around. It honestly helps a lot more than you might think. So, with all that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.